Hi, are you thinking about moving to Portland? Well, you've come to the right channel. And today we're going to talk about the top 5 neighborhoods that I think are the perfect neighborhoods to live in if you are moving here with a family. Hi, I'm Pasha Cain, and I've lived in Portland, Oregon for over 25 years. I'm a realtor investor, and I've raised my family here. And what I'm excited to share with you are the 5 neighborhoods that I believe are the best fit for families. And this is not the hype version. This is not the Instagram version. This is really talking about the data, the facts, the schools, the lifestyle, and what could be the perfect fit for you if you're thinking about moving here. Let's get into it. When families make a big move to either a new neighborhood or even a new state, there's a lot to consider. And that's what I want to unpack today. Not every family is going to be fitting into a cookie cutter neighborhood. And that's what we want to talk about is what makes these neighborhoods different, but still extremely family friendly. So I want to unpack these 4 criteria. And first is the schools. What's school ratings? What's their reputation? What are the sports, academics like? Also, too, what is the property value? What are the type of houses you can get for what you pay for? What's the commute like? How is it close to your job, or are you a remote worker? And then lastly, what's the lifestyle? Like, is there walkability? Is there places for your kids to ride a bike? Or maybe that doesn't matter for you. Maybe just having downtown access is what you're looking for. Again, it really varies by family and by neighborhood. So I want to talk about the top 5 that I feel really fits families here in Portland. All right, let's talk about Lake Oswego as our first neighborhood, which is actually a city. The number one reason families are gravitating towards Lake Oswego is because of the school district. Lake Oswego School District is ranked number 1 across all of Oregon, and it has a 97% graduation rate between Lake Oswego High School and also Lake Ridge. Compared to Oregon is 83%. So you're really getting this private school experience, and the caliber of the teachers, 83% of them hold master's degrees. So that credibility and that notoriety is what draws families to Lake Oswego. But it's also the lifestyle. There is a private lake in Lake Oswego, and if your home that has an easement, you can have easement to the lake and to the boat culture, which is fantastic, obviously in the summer months. There's a really cute little downtown that has really nice retail stores and some nice restaurants, but it's cozy and it's really intimate. So if you're looking for definitely more of the popular restaurants, you're going to have to drive into Portland. And the commute to Portland is going to be about 20 minutes. Or if you work in Beaverton at Nike or Intel, you're going to have about a 25-minute drive, really depending on traffic. Because of its size, and also because there's really no new land. You're getting a lot of tear downs and new builds. So the entry level price point into Lake Oswego is going to be between $900,000 to $1.1 million. And that definitely goes up if you have lake easement. But what you get in terms of lifestyle and also the schools is what makes this neighborhood and community very, very coveted for families. All right, let's talk about our next neighborhood, which actually is a zip code I want to talk about, and that is 97229. And this is really considered the tech executive choice and includes Bethany and Cedar Mills and Northwest Heights, which also has the largest development in Portland called Forest Heights, that originated in the early 1990s and is located in the Tualatin Mountains. So you have this really beautiful, diverse options of different types of architecture and homes that can be super secluded and close to nature. Forest Park, for instance, and so it's often considered really this urban retreat because you're just nestled into the woods. So that makes it super attractive. But why a lot of people like living here is definitely because of the commute. It is in the Sunset Quarter, to very close to Nike and Intel, about 15 and 20 minutes away. So that convenience factor is very strong, but also the schools. You have part of 97229 where Bethany is and Cedar Mills, located in the Beaverton School District, which is often ranked very high in Oregon. Sunset High School has an international baccalaureate program, which is super attractive. And then also part of 97229 is located in Multnomah, which is part of the Portland School District. And you have very strong schools there with Lincoln High School, which also has an international baccalaureate program offered. And it actually has a brand new building that they just completed and feels like a college campus about 2 or 3 years ago. So it's absolutely stunning. And it's located in downtown Portland. And then the feeder schools are West Sylvan and also Forest Park. So again, a very, very strong school system. And if you're looking for a community that has also much more diversity and is where a lot of also tech executives are drawn to, and relocation managers will often advise families to look at first. This community is a huge, huge draw. So different than Lake Oswego, which maybe is a little bit less diverse and has also a different commute profile, a little bit stronger schools. 97229, the commute, and also just the access to nature is what makes this community very attractive. Well, Forest Heights, a lot of the market tends to be a little bit slowing down, and that's because it's located in Multnomah County, which has higher property taxes, and that has definitely been something that some families really want to avoid. I want to talk about our next neighborhood and community, and that is West Linn. Now, West Linn is a little bit off of people's radars because it tends to be overshadowed by Lake Oswego, which is just north of it. But this is adjacent to Lake Oswego, so it has a lot of the same vibe. It has hills and forests and rivers, and it's really known for being at this intersection of where the Willamette River and Tualatin River meet. The properties tend to be on bigger lots, on rolling green hills, and also too, it has a very, very cute downtown area with some really nice shops and restaurants. So it has much more of a community feel. And if you're looking for a little bit more off the radar, off the grid type of lifestyle, West Linn is going to be something you'll want to be drawn towards. But a lot of families pick West Linn because of the schools. It's actually ranked in one of the top 5 in all of Oregon, and the West Linn School District has some of the best schools in all of Oregon, and it has it's considered having the #1 school athletic program in Oregon. So a lot of families really are drawn to the school district here, and also the price points are going to be much more accessible than you would see in Lake Oswego. I would say they're about 30% lower, so you can easily get into a home around a nice home for $750, but we definitely see a lot of tech executives and CEOs and also athletes, professional athletes live in West Linn. And there's some amazing mansion style homes that you can also get access to because of the size of the lots and these huge homes. So, but that really spectrum of homes is what makes West Linn really special. The commute could be a drawback. It is about 20-25 minutes from Portland. If you're a remote worker, this could be a great lifestyle for you. If you want a smaller community, this could be a great lifestyle for you. But if you do need to get into Portland or even on the west side, you are going to be having to deal with the interstate traffic. But overall, again, West Linn continues to be really steady Eddie. Price values continue to go up and continues to be a really coveted market. All right, the next neighborhood and community that I would love to share with you, and I think is a great area, is the Alameda Beaumont-Wilshire neighborhood. Now, we are going to the east side because not everybody wants to live on the west side. So if you want a little bit more architectural diversity and character and historic homes, then this is really the front porch of Portland. And this is where I would say there's a lot of quiet wealth and old Portland wealth. That's where it resides. So if we're talking about schools, Grant High School is the #3 high school in all of Oregon, in Multnomah County, and #15 in all of Oregon. So it is really well known And also, it has been renovated, so it is absolutely stunning, beautifully remodeled high school with also a great athletic program. Its feeder schools of Beaumont Middle School and also Alameda Elementary continue to be really well-renowned schools as well. And Alameda gets 10 out of 10 for its overall rating. And again, it's a very cute, charming local school. And the beauty of it is that a lot of the kids in these neighborhoods can walk to school. There is these tree-lined streets with big oak trees that just make it just super charming. And the lifestyle here is going to be something that also families are going to really want to gravitate towards. The walkability, you can walk to some really great restaurants, over to the park. So people are out on their bikes and with their strollers. And so you're not in your car as much in this area. And then the style of homes are really going to be from early 1920s and 1910s all the way to new construction. But some of these Tudor style homes and colonial revivals are absolutely stunning. That's especially the ones that sit on the Alameda Ridgeline and have views of the east side of Portland. So this is really classic Portland. Now, if you're talking about commute, if you work, like for instance, at Adidas headquarters, this is fantastic. You're going to be at work within 10, 15 minutes. And a lot of people even ride their bike to work, or they ride their bike downtown, which again, it's something that people don't do on the west side. Now, if you want to work on the west side, you're going to have quite a bit of commute. So that's going to be about 35 to 40 minutes for sure. So, well, the west side is definitely more this tech executive. We definitely look at the east side of having much more of a creative draw. So we see a lot of people who are looking for more of those creative options in their architecture and lifestyle, but not compromising on schools. All right, lastly, I want to talk about Beaverton. Well, all the other neighborhoods and cities that we talked about tend to be a little bit more of the luxury price point. They're, $750 to $2 million. And that's pretty common. Where I want to talk about Beaverton, where Beaverton is going to be the city which you're going to have much more of a price diversification. It is definitely bigger. It's definitely a suburban feel. There is a lot of freeways that run through it. There is a lot of different neighborhoods as well. And you can get a community that's like Sexton Mountain, which has more newer homes in the early 2000s, late 1990s that have amazing views of the Tualatin Mountains, or you can look at homes in Progress Ridge, for instance, that are more more of a suburban type deal. You're going to have this proximity to a lot of more commercial and retail zones. So that makes it either really convenient or maybe not something you're interested in. The walkability is going to be a little bit more challenging in Beaverton because there's so many boulevards and big intersections that it definitely is, unless you live in a pocket neighborhood, you're going to be confined to your pocket neighborhood. It has a really emerging and thriving downtown area. A lot of fun new restaurants are coming in and investing there, and we're seeing new development, condominiums, apartments being built around downtown, and a lot of really it's becoming this resurgence of Beaverton, which is exciting. And that's also because you see like Nike and Intel wanting to revitalize the community because they want to have that draw for their employment base. We do see that Beaverton also, the reason people love living there is, one is affordability, but also two, because of the commute. You're just minutes away from Nike's doorstep. Nike really is the epicenter of Beaverton and takes up blocks with their corporate headquarters. So you could definitely have either a public transportation to Nike, or you could have a really short commute. And Intel, the same thing. You can get there very, very quickly. Great freeway access to 217, or also 26, which runs all the way to the coast and all the way up to Mount Hood. So can be on a freeway within minutes. So it definitely has much more of a family feel, accessibility, and the schools. I've already talked about the Beaverton School District is ranked number 5 in Oregon, so it is really well regarded. Again, there's pockets of elementary schools that really vary, but Sunset High School is extremely strong and it has that international baccalaureate that I mentioned. So overall, those are my top 5 picks between Lake Oswego, Forest Heights, zip code 97229, Westland, Alameda, Beaumont-Wilshire, which is on the east side, and then lastly, Beaverton. Really, that is a really diverse group of different neighborhoods, and I'm sure if you're looking to move up here with your family, one of those hopefully would be a perfect fit for you. If you're looking to move up here, I would love to help you find that perfect fit. I've lived in Oregon for over 20 years. I've almost lived in every corner of the city, raised my family here, and I would love to be an advisor for you. So either reach out directly or continue to get these insights and episodes by subscribing below. Until next time, I'm Pasha Cain.